you want to pick up a Kalea instantly. Usually is the case after banning out Gatot, but they tried. They were thinking of the Baksha. It is very prio. But again, if you don't know, if you can use it in the jungle, I think it's better off to just go for what's going to work 100%.
Yeah. Well, Dangerous Grass will be the map.
Kill the Hellcurt?
So yeah, maybe we might see a few surprise picks that works well with the Dangerous Grass. The same set of bans rather for the Sora taken out and the Yves. Wow, will be taken out by Team Zone. So no Yves for Kenny and none for Katsu. Now the first pick Yisun Shin will go through for 10.
I like this. I mean, they don't have to worry about the Grok anymore. The Eve is gone as well. So it's a good, steady pick. They for sure knew that the Yuzhong would get picked up right away. Let's see if they recover, because this is a big gambit that they decided to go for.
Yeah, Gatakacha should come through here for Zeta Division. And after that, do you want to pick up a mid lane right here? Or do you just try to get a good matchup against the Yuzhong? But then, again, what is a good matchup against the Yuzhong?
Not a lot right now.
Not much. I'm thinking of picking a gold laner the first phase just to be safe, because it might just be banned out. Pick up a few safe ones, but that might overstretch too. So yeah, they go for the Gatot Kacha for the Kalea control.
Yeah.
And then one last pick here.
You know, it's not blind anymore if they pick up a Valentina here. I wouldn't mind. Oh, okay.
So
they go for Marsa. I mean, I would have liked the Black Dragon form, and then they also had the Tsunami Slam that they could steal, but I guess they're still going for the range and playing around that.
Wow.
Lancelot. I think Zone might want to eye out taking away some potential like Ruby pickup for Zeta. Oh yeah, there we go.
There you go, instantly. By the way, Renmar already mentioned this, but Bright chose his IGN in tribute to my GOAT XBTR, by the way. Light, the player he idolized.
Chahil.
And I idolized too, my boy Chahil. Yeah, with the Yisun Shin and the Farsa, it'll be crazy greedy if you still go for a marksman here, right? So they're already thinking about it. All right, we're banning out the Ruby. Especially considering there's a Lancelot on the other side. Last time we saw a Lancelot on the other side and a Yisun Shin Farsa comp without a Ruby, I was mauling, man. I was mauling so hard. I believe it was GOTF, the FYG versus Aurora Turkey with TNZ.
Yeah.
That Ruby is quite scary to deal with, especially when you go for heroes that needs to go in and go out. The micro CC really kind of throws you off. So that's going to be the Selena ban coming in from Zeta Division as to not play a few pick-off approaches. And now for Zone, pick up the CC.
So CC for the deny pick is just purely for deny? Because yes, because CC and Gata could come through on the other side.
They will still go for the carry, but
oh, that's greedy.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that, man.
the Team Zone kind of lacks range, don't you think?
Oh, I think they'll have range here. They could still go Kimmy. No? I think it's all right here.
Yeah.
The Kimmy's going to be fine. And that Kimmy will be well protected.
Exactly.
It's going to be a lineup where Zone's carry is actually in the middle instead of it being in the side. I think Zeta, they just needed something tag. I don't want to see them try to like a Hilda or anything. It's going to be slow, but at this point, Glue brings the stability that they'll need because they picked up the carry and the gold.
Yeah, but even then, it's going to be tough if you go for the glue. So they go Lapu Lapu. It's been nerfed. It technically got a double nerf because a core item of his also got nerfed. And it will be the Kimmy.
Yeah, it will be.
I like Zone's comp, man. It just feels like it's solid. They have the range with the mid lane. They have the damage and the dive with the Lancelot and the Yuzhong.
Is Zeta going to play for scaling? Because they're going to have to concede the first few objectives, right? And
We
then
don't
they'll
want
play
to play
late game.
scaling.
Yeah, exactly. In this patch, you don't really want to play scaling. But the carry will be online when it needs and gets the items it deserves.
But then there's a vengeance on the CC.
Yeah. That's true. But the Lapu Lapu can't contest that much from the objectives as well. So, yeah, it's kind of a paradox right now.
Yeah, it's as if Zeta at some point accepted the fact that they're not going to have the best early to mid game. And they're just going to go, hey man, let's hold out hope that we're actually going to be okay. It's the lead is not going to get uncontrollably large and that we can keep it close. But that's a big if. And let's see if they can actually get that dream, almost miraculous-like scenario for the start of this game number 2, where it seems like Zone have their eyes set on ending this with a sweep win against Zeta.
A 2-0 in sight for the Mongolian team, Team Zone, closely wiping the slate clean with a 2-0. Zeta not the best early game, like we mentioned. So let's see if they can weather the storm and scale to the late game.
That's a big question in the early game, though. It is going to be tough, especially level 1 with Kenny just going guns blazing bright. Has to flicker. Katsu went for the Purify again this game, so won't be able to go for it. Xsora is looking for the puncture in. We'll be able to find a bit of an angle there, but Kenny and Bright will have to back away. And this might be a green cap take. Xsora all alone without the help of the roamer. Kanye's walking up now with no revitalize. K walks up. It will just be...
Xso baru saja memberikan 10.000.
Selflessly helping
Sukses.
to make sure that that green camp doesn't get stolen. And the emblems so far, weapon mastered for the Kimi. Nothing out of the ordinary so far, but Bankai pushed back.
You also see there the benefit early on of just having the CC in the gold lane. That could have been a huge threat into the green camp, but then with a quick rotation from K, they were able to block the invade of Zeta. I think it was also just really good understanding by Bright the limit of the Kalei, knowing that he had just a little bit enough of that passive to keep him alive, even though he had to force his flicker out. At least he didn't give a kill away to Zeta.
And Zeta Division actually in the early game has quite strong damage in the mid lane. I mean, the Farsa really contributes that much as well. They were closely taking down Bright.
Yeah.
Bankai needs to check the Ted is here. Might be a take, but it's a Yuzong. It's not easy to kill.
Really good wave by Zeta here, holding it in. I don't think Bankai will hit level 4.
Yeah, that's a good freeze to kind of deny that, and they will send Bright down bottom to break the freeze.
Yeah.
The Chalker.
Oh my god, they're doing a lot of damage! 10 is caught! First blood to Junichi, but Bright got the kill on the jungle. Xsora with a puncture away from the taunt, and that really halts Zeta's tempo.
Oh, wait. Xsora gonna be risky there. I think 10 got way too close. He was excited to get that Mountain Shocker stun off, but Bankai said, I'm in the bush. You really want to do this against me? Against the Yuzhong with my Petrify?
But this kind of breaks the chain and kind of the pattern we talked about that Zeta's early game will not be the best. That Lapu Lapu was able to bag 2 kills, which means it will be quite fast to contest the objectives. Uh-oh. Right? Close by the Katsu. Wings by Wings will save him.
Good save on the Purify, stays patient with it. 10's already walking back up. Xsora gonna built up the stacks. That's a Black Dragon from him. That should be a free turtle already. Zeta Division. That was their window when they had the lead on Lapu.
No. Not gonna be the fun start the Zeta Division wanted, but let's see if they maybe somehow could. They still have it in them to pull off a surprise pick, but it's gonna be a little bit harder now because Zone seems to be just committing a lot of rotations together as a team. The Kalea and the Lancelot actually doing a lot of work to make sure that Kenny gets farmed fast.
Hand cam by Real Me, as I believe is Xsora's hand cam.
Ooh.
Very, very quick. On the Lancelot. Yeah. Get those blades going. But yeah, so far, Team Zone is able to stabilize that lead that Zeta Division was able to get. But that was only to Junichi. So again, it's Junichi always becoming the anchor for Zeta Division. It was previous in the previous game, it was with the Yuzong, and now with the Lapu Lapu. But let's see. How far can he go with the Lapu Lapu? With the Yuzong, it's very easy to rotate. It's very easy to be close to proximity with your teammate. But as a Lapu Lapu, you kind of have to stand your ground by yourself. And so it looks like Zeta Division, they kind of want to take down TC, but it's not the best.
Okay, it's going a little bit better here for Zeta Division. The comparison of the items. Any interesting things that y'all want to point out?
Yeah, CC and Lapu still going for War Axe first. Yeah, I thought the Fury Hammer will be built up first by K and then into the War Axe, and same goes for Junichi here. But it's still just going to be the War Axe rush. I don't know if we're going to see different itemizations later. But Kenny will still be on the Glowing Wand duty. So is Katsu. They're still going to stick with the Glowing Wand. All right.
Wait, I have a question though. Is this just them saying, yeah, it's still okay, or is it them kind of out of touch with the meta?
I think it's because of how the composition looks right now. Like, they just don't have gold on the roamers to build up the dominance quickly. So they still need that early anti-regen from the mid laner, who's getting more gold, so technically faster build-up.
Looks like these two teams also put a lot of priority. Oh, right!
Wow, that is Purify burnt out. But Kenny has to burn out Flicker.
Yeah. And Bright did not come into Tsunami Slam. That was Katsu burning his Purify as a freakish reaction to it.
Yep, turtle tape now. Kani will be close by. And zone out the players of Zone But look at K. So much damage. Black Dragon form in the back.
It's on as well. Tsunami Sound coming down as well. Thorn Rose, the Retribution with the Petrify in the back. But Kai was able to peel for the team, and that means Kenny is free to hit them all. Boyman, that's low. And K gets the pick on Katsu.
Beautiful front to back from Team Zone. I thought that was going to be the end of them because Bankai was taken down 10. Eyed by Xsora. He's going to go for the bunker.
Oh my lord.
A little bit of a oohs and ahs from the crowd with 10 being able to get away just in time. And if Zeta Division aren't careful, Kenny is going to have to add an S at the end of his name because he's just going to keep popping heads here with him being able to freely free hit. Freely hit.
Oh my. Speaking of crowd, we do have quite a bit of a crowd here. Eyeing the wildcard teams, we do have a guy with the Onyx jersey as well, Onyx merch. I think he's looking for Onyx next opponent.
Go B.
He's scouting for the community.
Yeah. Community report. Some way.
And now it's really good stuff, by the way. They don't have a single objective. They haven't been able to trade because they've just gone to fight around these neutral objectives.
There needs to be a lot more talking as well from Junichi and Kani. Similar to what we saw from Zone, where Bankai and Bright seem to be alternating in terms of maximizing all of their crowd control. Zeta needs to do the same thing because it seems like Jun and Kani are just going, hey, we both see an opportunity, so we'll both go for it. But that makes Katsu sad, that makes Muiminet sad.
Gonna have to move as a unit now. Traction pulse. Wings by wings.
Yeah, I don't know about using the resources on K here. He has the Vengeance, pops it. That is all. 4 ultimates, man. And they get a turret up top? No, just a bit of damage.
Xsora is gonna push it though. Creates a segue play up top, and Bankai will kind of camp that purple buff. But
they're gonna
on the
get the
7th
turret.
minute-
Oh, that's painful.
Yeah, on the 7th minute, that's pretty quick.
Yeah, that's not the trade that you want after getting a high-profile kill like that. It's you being too greedy to try and get a kill to balance things out, but then Team Zone making even a much better macro play across the map, and that is going to mean every objective on this side of the map is going to be a hard time for Zeta Division every time.
Yeah, no control here. Hold on, Turtle, that's going to be the Tsunami Slam, locking him down. K doing a lot of damage against Xsora with the red trip. Petrify Furious Dive! Baiting out the Purify from William, and that's Xsora in the back. Again, punctures away while the backline was distracted by him.
This is so beautiful from Team Zone. So flexible. They have the front to back with the Kimmy and the CC, and then they have to dive too with the Lancelot and the Yuzong on Bankai. Look at K just hitting 10, almost beating him to a pulp. So far, Team Zone, they have control. So much control.
Double bump.
That is not going to be good. 10 has been starving and now will continue to starve in this game for buffs and resources. While Team Zone can just keep up the aggression. They're playing the macro really well. Again, we did not get to see the interchange of crowd control from Kani and Jun. It was just all dive, all go, and that made it easy for Bankai to set things up. Even though there was an initial 2-for-1 lead in favor actually of Zeta Division because of Xsora's easy dive straight to the back, that lead just immediately went away.
Exactly.
Item build. Bankai still with the Hunter Strike, so not really going for the War Axe. He's gonna need more damage for that. Sky Piercer though, for Kenny. At least he's gonna farm it, but still on 2 kills. Fraction pulse.
Oh my god, they're gonna go, whoa! All right, on to Junichi. Yeah, instant AOG. Muiminet punishes way too overzealous Bright.
So far, Xsora has been functioning as kind of like a split pusher. With the Lancelot activating the far lanes, and that kind of makes it a division quite wary of those side lanes. They kind of they have to address a few members up top, down bottom, but so far it's working for Team Zone. Like they have prio down bottom and then up top too. It's gonna be a slow push building for them.
Yeah, because of the constant split push by Xsora, it's like they can afford those little, wait, what are you doing, place? That we just saw an example of. Yeah, they're compensating.
Yeah.
You know? It's part of the game, right? We've always been saying that. It's just trading. Make sure we're getting a good thing if a bad thing happens. So, but maybe they want to minimize the bad things just a little bit.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe
Not too good,
not too good.
Sometimes good, sometimes, well, shout out to football fans who knows
That is a big traction pulse, buddy. If it gets Junichi, your frontliner, that much HP, K has vengeance. Muiminet jumping on it, but K doesn't care. Freelord over Junichi. That's an AOG. Oh no! Kenny's just gonna go for the free hits, and Xsora jumps the puncture in the back. Muiminet's low! Thorn Rose by Xsora doesn't even need to land the puncture for the reset.
Beautiful reactive flicker from Kenny. Far farms down the players of Zeta Division. This Kimmy hurts a lot. Let's take a look at that mid turret taken down. They have the Lord up top too. Win rate prediction by RealMe, 15 Pro.
That is very generous.
Yeah.
62%, 74%
Oh, there we go.
now.
Okay.
Okay.
Real time.
That's,
time.
By RealMe.
that's fact right there.
That's a little bit more accurate. While for Team Zone, man, we talked about experience. The experience of Xso alone from Zeta Division's overall experience, and I feel like that's what we've seen this entire series so far, especially in this game as well, with him on the Lancelot and leading the charge.
And he isn't even that flashy with the Lancelot in this
yeah.
game. He's structured. He's activating the lanes. He's playing it on a much more macro, point of view. Efficient, like you said.
Okay, that's a Tsunami Slam over on Kani. The AOG gets him out of there. That means it's going to be free for Xso to jump into the back line. Now Purify out from Moimanet. The Mountain Shocker doesn't land. Xso still having the resets. Will be able to go on 10. Oh, one more basic attack. But with that, that's enough zoning to get a mid-turret down. Moimanet able to dash away from the traction pulse. 10. Trying to clear the wave here for the second, but that's 10! Oh, what? He jumps in with the Traceless onto 4 of Team Zone's members.
A defensive tool used offensively without any follow-up. That is a misplay from 10. Not the best series for him, but this game
That was a fat finger
engraved
moment.
it even more.
For
Fat
sure.
finger moment. Yeah, might be.
It has to be, right? There's no way you would intentionally dive into 4.
That was definitely more like a 3 than a 10. Sorry, 10. Well, we saw it. Got him 4K. Could be jitters. Could be experience. Who knows? Again, no, the early to mid game was handled a little bit better by Zeta Division, but then over time it was just Team Zone showing up. Based on everything that we've already seen from game 1, just how well that they've been playing now, Zeta, the recovery here has to be drastic.
Yeah, no Purify on Moimanet. Oh my god, tossed around. Kani trying to survive now, puncture in. They're going to take it as slow as they can. They've already gotten 2 base turrets, and usually that's enough. But Team Zone want to end the game, I feel. That's a Mountain Shocker landing. Bankai still able to escape. Now Kani is caught in the mobilization as Sora jumps into the back with a puncture again. That's some execution.
Sora
not landing. Kani falling to the Sky Piercer of Kenny, who's now unstoppable. And they are going to stay in the base. Academy in the open now. Sora with zone rolls again. Tsunami Slam over. Kenny is a monster in game 2. A 10,000 gold lead. Bankai tries to go in, but will finally be punished, and Team Zone will finally be pushed out of the base.
They're gonna have to go back because they have no minion waves pushing for them. They're gonna go for the Lord. The wiser choice. Instead of going and forcing the end up top, it's gonna be defended by Zeta Division. They are still yet to crack that turret wide open for Team Zone, but they will play it meticulously. They play it slow because they need this win.
It's one of those scenarios where Zeta Division are banking on a Team Zone mistake. That's really the only way that they could get back into this. Of course, if someone from Team Zone has an error, then Zeta needs to capitalize on it. But with the lead that Team Zone has, easier said than done. And I also don't see Team Zone making mistakes at this point in the game. They know they have the lead. They have done everything right so far for, let's say, the past 6 minutes. No errors.
Not at all. Yep. And it's a 10,000 gold lead, really, right? Like, it isn't just going to be a mistake. It has to be like 5 members in the Fausta type of mistake for this to be turned around. Oh, yikes. This looks like it's going to be the final siege of the game, man. Black Dragon form already, Moimanet. Oh, he's doing a lot of damage when he gets petrified. Distraction pulse as well. Xso in the back zoning him away. Kind of doing a good job to fade out the aggro of the Lord up top, but that means the base will fall. That's a flicker Tsunami Slam. 10 will fall. That's an AOG locking Xso down. Moimanet still doing a lot of damage. Wait, this could be it. Hold on. But Kenny fully stacked up on the Sky Piercer now. K in the back. Another for Kenny on a triple. Winter Crown by K. As Kenny buys the immortality, might be looking at stat pad a bit more as Moimanet jumps in. But it will be a clean sweep for Team Zone in the opening match of the M7 wildcard.
Breezing past Zeta Division. The players from the land of the rising sun still dull with their swords, unable to slash down the Mongolian team. That's Team Zone, zoning out Zeta Division.
One thing we were talking a lot about when it comes to Mongolian teams is that they are fearless. They are so brave in the game of MLBB, even though at times you'd think, why? Well, they will show you why. They will get results with it. And that is an incredibly great result to start off the M7 wildcard, a sweep over Zeta division. I really feel like the leadership of Xso here, again, the story that we mentioned about him, the growth that he's had from the Lil Gun days back in M5 to where they are now. I like what I saw from Team Zone.
They're looking good, dude. Like, again, this is finally a safe place to say we're getting Lil Gun vibes. Because every time that we see the Mongols, we're like, Lil Gun vibes? Maybe. But this time, they look clean. They know what to do. And is it safe to say Kenny has gotten double MVP now?
Yeah,
he's match MVP for sure, right?
He has to be. It's not going to be Kenny, then again, maybe Xso, but because of him being, as you both mentioned, of being a little bit more precise and technical with his approach on the Lancelot, well, it was Kenny who was more of the linchpin in terms of the damage. Six kills heading into that last fight.
Yeah. Can we give a shout out to the rookies too, right? Bright, Kenny. We talked about them possibly having the stage shooters, and if they don't, it might be the overconfidence that kills them. But so far, they have been playing this very, very meticulously. It was calculated. I think the only blunder they made so far in the series was that bottom side tower dive.
Yeah.
With Xso leading the charge. So I think that's the captain kind of persuading them to go in and go deep. But other than that, it has been so clean for them. But this is their first test, and it's only Zeta division. Sure, Zeta, compared to other wildcard teams like we talked about, won't really be up top in the rankings. You know, if we talk about Virtus Pro and other teams. But this is a good start for Team Zone. Let's see if they can hold themselves together against better teams later on.
Yeah, and it feels like this is a warning shot to the rest of the wildcard teams as well, that they could potentially face that. When it comes to up-and-coming regions, the Mongolian team is going to be looking at not just solidifying themselves as that, but solidifying themselves as a region to watch out for. That has been the story of Mongolian esports for the past year, actually.
Yes, sir.
In other esports disciplines as well. Is it the year for them in MLBB?
Hopefully. Hopefully. We want to see the other games. And MLBB surely needs to be put on the map there for the Mongolian teams. Because I've seen the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Not even the crowd.